Check, check. Very good. Jeffrey, I've already done my sneaky disconnect reconnect, so you're going to be good to go when the time comes. I'm staying to the south of the field because you're going to be looking north, so I'm staying south.
Okay. You put your hearing aid on this one, right?
Correct. I just forgot I had activated my push-to-talk. I was talking to myself there for a second. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Listen, last thing I want to say is that mistakes are going to happen because we're not all professionals. There's going to be things that pop up here and there along the way. When that does happen, Jeffrey and I will handle it accordingly. You know, it's going to be what it's going to be. It's still Flight Simulator, it's still VATSIM. So just go out there, have fun, and we'll make it a good show. Oh, one last thing I did want to say also, I'm not going to actually be keeping an 8-minute timer on you guys. However, if I see, and I'm going to make a mark of everyone's start time, if I see you're going well beyond 8 minutes, I'm going to pull you back in and say, hey, clear the box. Because I do have somewhere to be, like I said. I got to leave at 5:30 to go to the Red Bull game. So we're going to try not to make this show last longer than 4 hours. So I'm not going to be entirely precise on the 8 minutes, but if I see you're going and running long on your performance, I'm going to call you back in and say time's up.
You'll save some time on me when I auger in anyways. You'll make up.
Oh boy. We don't need that kind of,
Yeah.
We need positive vibes, alright? Positive, not negative.
I might crash this taxi now.
Those are the right times.
I'll be right back. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Welcome to Galesburg. We are just about 6 minutes away from the Virtual USA Flying Club's second annual air show. What's this look like if I go here? Oh yeah, we can do this. So yeah, my plan is to simulcast the air show here. And basically have it on my channel. You are probably already over there. If you're not, it's twitch.tv /Jeffrey B. Head over there. That's going to be the best. Whoops. That's going to be the best view of the air show. I will also have my channel going, obviously, for you to get a like a flight deck perspective from the Globemaster. And so, I'd love to have you for that as well. But the big one is heading over to Jeffrey's channel. You'll hear his narration as well as see his perspective. He's got it locked down. He's got X camera set up to follow the performers. He's got all the CSLs, and he's got some other creative things that you're really going to enjoy. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to go a little clean sweepy view though, and we're going to go full screen. on Jeffrey's channel, and I'm going to get his audio going as well. It's great to see you, Texas One Flyboy, AvGeek Central. It's great to see you as well. Welcome in Panagon. Welcome in Iowa Scotsman, and anybody else who's out there in Twitch land. And I am not hearing the countdown. I don't know if he's got music playing or not, but I don't hear. Hey Jeffrey, do you have music playing in your countdown screen?
No.
Okay, good. I just wasn't hearing anything as I was listening, so I just want to make sure the audio was good on my side.
Yeah, now it's going to be dead till we go live.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. So yeah,
Start writing a theme, but I never got it done. So next year we're getting a theme.
aha.
More surprises for next year.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, my routine doesn't come up here for a little while, guys. In fact, the first several, I'll stay here till we're going the let's see. I think there's 18 total acts, and there's an intermission at the halfway point. So I will give you a little bit of a heads up when it's about to be my turn. But let's see. We've got. Let me find the channel here. So yeah, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, be 10 performers ahead of me. I'm the third performer after intermission. So but yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We've got everything from a Fokker triplane to a C17 Globemaster and everything in between. We've got even I think we have 2 group performances, so 2 group routines, which will be awesome. And yeah, so I think you're going to enjoy it. We had a lot of fun last year. I thought it was pretty good last year. I think it's going to be even better this year, and super excited. Glad to have you along. Enjoy. Again, if you're not already heading over to, or if you're not already there, go to Jeffrey B's channel, twitch.tv/Jeffrey B. And I should have that as a command, shouldn't I? Really, truly. But yeah, head over there, and that's where I'm going to be.
Sim just put into the chat there.
And his daughter.
That's awesome. Two minutes.
Hey folks, approach came on.
Yeah, I see that.
Steven, go ahead and give him the initial contact and let him know that you'll be switching out at some point. Zachary is the one that was the EC and helped us last year, so he knows the game. Ask him if he needs the message that he needs to broadcast for us. If he does, I'll give it to you. I just sent you a private chat of what the message is, Steven, if he needs it.
Okay.
Yeah, once again, thank you for coming by. You are watching the Melvin Leroy channel, but we are simulcasting the Jeffrey B channel. The Jeffrey B channel is the master of ceremonies. And so he'll be the one to watch. I just shared the link down there.
Air boss frequency is open, 123.5. Air boss frequency is open. The airfield is open for the air show.
All right, so let's enjoy. I'll be here in the background if you have any questions. Great to see you guys, and hope you enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Annie West, and I'd like to welcome you to the 2nd Annual Virtual USA Flying Club Air Show. Coming to you live from Galesburg Municipal Airport in beautiful Knox County, Illinois. Virtual USA Flying Club members, and perhaps a few surprise visitors, will be putting on daring and exciting routines for our fellow club members, as well as our wonderful Twitch viewers, all while performing live on the VATSIM network. Each of our performers have been practicing for weeks and will be given up to 8 minutes to show off their flight simulator skills in a variety of fun and unique aircraft. So, for the next few hours, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And now, your air show commentator extraordinaire, Jeffrey Beckers.
Thank you, Annie West, for that amazing introduction. Hello, Virtual USA Flying Club members and fans. I'm Jeffrey Beckers, your host and MC for today's broadcast of the second annual Virtual USA Flying Club Air Show. Our performances will begin in just a few moments, but first I'll send you back to Annie West for a few words about today's air show sponsors.
The second annual Virtual USA Flying Club Air Show is sponsored by VATSIM, VAT USA, Virtual Chicago ARTCC, Jeffrey B., Jet Pilot Cinnamon, Melvin Leroy, November 8033 Fox, Eric Flight, Slant Alpha Adventures, the Bush League Backcountry Fly-In Series, Downwind Sim Binoculars, the best binos in flight sim, Voyager Aviation, Virtual US Coast Guard. This is Annie West, and now back to the show.
Welcome back, everyone. Our Virtual USA Flying Club founding father, Mike Cinnante, is already in the air. So let's get down to the field and start the show.
124 Mike Charlie cleared into the box. 124 Mike Charlie cleared into the box.
There you can see Mike Cinnante is flying in on a Cessna 170, towing a banner. Mike's been simming for 16 years, the founding father of the Virtual USA Flying Club. You'll notice that his Cessna 170 is sporting a appropriate Virtual USA Flying Club livery, prominently displaying a red, white, and blue. Mike's interest in aviation started as a young lad watching the C-5s take off and land at Stewart Airport. He's a real world A320 pilot. This banner's looking good.
Jeffrey, I'm going to cut it to 3 passes, so that's 1 of 3.
The Cessna 170 Bravo was first introduced in 1948. It runs as a Continental C-145-2 air-cooled flat 6 engine producing 145 horsepower. Cessna produced about 5,174 of these aircraft. Mike's planning to make 3 low passes with the banner in tow. We can't think of a better way for him to have started the show. As I mentioned, Mike is the founding member of the Virtual USA Flying Club. The Flying Club is comprised of hundreds of members with a shared interest in flying general aviation aircraft on the VATSIM network. The Flying Club has 4 to 6 organized group flights each month. Our Discord server is very active with members that are eager to share their experience, tips, and tricks in all aspects of flight simulation. Mike's now at the west end of the field, making his final turn for his final pass. We just want to let you know that the club is open to any VATSIM member in good standing with an interest in general aviation. During intermission, we're going to have a QR code that points to the link to join the Discord.
Any admin that want to throw the Discord link into the chat, please do so.
Exclamation VUSA FC. Exclamation VUSA FC.
All right, when I finish this pass, come off me because I'm going to do my switch. Switch off.
Ladies and gentlemen,
November 124 Mike Charlie, performance is complete.
Oils and Edibles shop has a display in booth
124 Mike Charlie, exit the box, enter right downwind for runway 21.
Magic. Supplies are going fast, so get there quick.
November 8033 Foxtrot, you're clear for takeoff.
November 8033 Foxtrot, you're clear for takeoff.
Michael, you ready?
I forgot to throw your label up there, Mike, sorry. I forgot to throw your label up there, Mike, sorry. Our next performer into the box today is Mike Minuck from November 8033 Foxtrot.
November 8033 Foxtrot, advise air boss when ready.
Fox Twitch streaming.
November 8033 Foxtrot, advise air boss when ready.
Mike's been simming for over 30 years. His preferred flight sim is X-Plane 12. Mike's got a full C17 sim pit in his garage. He's literally recreated a Cessna 172 cockpit with gauges and monitors, so it literally looks like he's sitting and flying in the real aircraft when he's streaming on his Twitch channel. Mike's interest in aviation started because his grandfather was an ATP and he hung out in small...
November 8033 Foxtrot, you're cleared into the box.
Watching awe as various aircraft took off.
Rob Shearman, make sure you're staged.
I will be.
Mike's first maneuver today is a low-speed prop hang. Into a recovered wing stall spin. Michael today is flying a Cessna 172F powered by a Continental 0300 145 horsepower piston engine. The aircraft was first introduced in 1965, and Cessna produced 1,437 of the 172 Foxtrots.
Jeffrey, turn up the volume on Airboss frequency by just a touch, just a touch. We'll worry about it the next time I talk.
Michael's now performing essentially a power-off inverted glide. Of course, as you'll notice, the aircraft engine is off now because the aircraft is not set up for inverted fuel pickups, and it's carbureted, so that's never going to work. So now he's recovered from his inverted flight, and he should restart his engine, and that was a success. Mike bought his first flight sim, Microsoft 4.0, about 35 years ago, and he's been flight simming ever since. I mentioned he has a full-scale 172 cockpit model. He's very thankful that his wife fully supports his hobby. And Mike's also excited. On June 14th last year, he became a private pilot. This next pass, we're expecting Mike to perform 2 rolls. The first aileron roll is complete. The 1965 model 172F was introduced electronically operated flaps to the Cessna fleet. It replaced the old-fashioned lever-operated flap system. There's another aileron roll by Mike. This model was actually built in France by Reims Cessna as the Foxtrot 172 model until 1971. These models form the basis for the U.S. Air Force's T-41 Alpha Mescalero primary trainer, which was used throughout the 60s and 70s as an initial flight screening aircraft in the United States Air Force. Mike's performing a back loop. Essentially, the pilot will go full power, pull back on the yoke, and try to stay on the same compass heading as he performs. Well, he's going to go face the opposite direction, but he wants to stay in line and not turn it into a spirally loop. And then right into a nice soft landing.
November 8033 Foxtrot.
Oh, he's just performed a touch and go.
Discreet.
He has one more trick up his sleeve, it would seem.
Fuck me, sorry.
Mike's now performing what looked to be like a canyon turn or a wing over, where he climbed, kicked in left rudder, and then let the airspeed pick back up as he faced back towards the ground. Mike just performed another loop.
Good.
Now he's coming back around to the north side of the field. Mike's doing another, more like a tactical approach.
Remember 033 Foxtrot, you can clear the box.
Remember 033 Foxtrot, you can clear the box.
And he's got his aircraft hopefully shut down before the end of the runway. And off the taxiway he goes.
Bogey 23, you're clear for takeoff. Five's ready.
Bogey 23, clear for takeoff.
Five's ready. Bogey 23, clear for takeoff.
Our next performer today is Rob Shearman Jr., flying the FG-1D Corsair. Rob Shearman Jr. is a Twitch streamer, and you can find his channel at Slant Alpha Adventures. Ladies and Rob has been simming for over 40 years, dating back to the earliest and most rudimentary sims available on the Commodore 64. And of course, the earliest IBM clone PCs. He's flown in many flight simulation software, but his current favorite is, of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020.
Bogey 23, when you are ready, you are cleared into the box.
Bogey 23, Roger, thank you.
You are ready, you are cleared into the box. Bogey 23, Roger, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand, the Civil Air Patrol Ladies Auxiliary are back at Tent 10,
Bogey
giving
23
away
coming in now.
free massages. Anybody that took advantage of that last year will want to do it again this year. So Rob's coming in for his first high-speed low pass today. Each one of Rob's maneuvers today should be followed up with what is called a half reverse Cuban. As he does his high-speed low pass in clean position, he's now going to pull straight back on the yoke, come back around approximately 3/4 of the way around the loop, and then perform a roll. Perhaps he's not doing a half reverse Cuban today. The reverse Cuban, my mistake. The reverse Cuban is he pulls up first, climbs to a appropriate altitude, then rolls upside down and pulls back on the yoke. And setting up for his low approach for a double aileron roll. Again, he's going to climb to appropriate altitude, roll upside down, and then pull back on the stick to form a circle to set up for his third pass. His next pass will be an inverted low pass. His next Cuban reversal. And his next pass, we're expecting to see him perform a vertical loop.
Jeffrey, you're not talking, correct?
Rob's next pass is a high alpha to war power transition.
Disregard me.
Today's performance by Rob is in honor of his grandfather, Samuel Hartley Shearman. He was a World War II U.S. naval aviator whose career included missions in Corsairs, Wildcats, and Hellcats. His primary deployment was aboard the USS Vogue, whose combat squadron VC-19 was one of the most prolific hunters of German U-boats in the Atlantic Theater during the war. Hartley, as he was known, returned safely from his deployment and went into the construction business in Baltimore County, later serving on the country's Board of Education for many decades. Hartley passed away peacefully in December of 2017. His Navy uniform hat, as well as his leather flight helmet, now hang in the background of Studio 5, where Rob Shearman produces the Slant Alpha Adventures live stream. Rob's setting up another approach pass. Into another reverse Cuban. Oh, with a knife edge.
If you need filler, announce the best in show
Rob's
vote at the
interest
end. Rob's
interest in flight sim
He's doing great.
developed early because his uncle had a career in civil aviation. His grandfather's service in the U.S. as a U.S. Naval combat aviator in World War II. He's been a member of VATSIM since 2010. The former co-founder and chief flight instructor for VATSTAR, which is a virtual pilot training organization. He's been committed to improving the level of pilot education on VATSIM since 2015, including his work with VATSTAR, the Slant Alpha live stream, and a series of YouTube tutorials, along with active participation in many VATSIM-related online forums and Discord servers.
Jeffrey, before Eric sets up, you could talk about the vote that will come at the end of the show.
Rob's coming in for he's configured for landing. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I'd also like to let everybody know that we are going to have a vote for best performance. The vote will go live at the end of the show. There will be a QR code that you can scan at the end. And also we will be providing links in the broadcast Twitch chat.
Great show, Bogey 2-3, clear the box, clear the runway.
Great show, Bogey 2-3, clear the box.
We're clear, and we'll let you know.
We're clear, and we'll let you know.
Bogey 2-3 is clear.
Bogey 2-3 is clear.
November 489 Echo Foxtrot, you clear for takeoff, advise when ready. Clear for takeoff and ready for takeoff, Landron Foxtrot. 489 Echo Foxtrot, you cleared into the box.
Takeoff, Landron Foxtrot. 49 Echo Foxtrot.
Roger, cleared into the box, Landron Echo Foxtrot.
Roger, cleared into the box, Landron Echo Foxtrot.
Graphic.
Our next performer will be Eric LeMarier.
Graphic.
Eric's been simming for 26 years. His preferred sim is Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Steven, you've
Eric's
handed off
interest
the
in aviation began
air
by
boss,
watching
correct?
his
Or
brother
airfield
fly in a
monitor, correct?
simulator and wanted
Correct.
to do it as well.
Stage, thank you.
Eric is a streamer. You can find him on Twitch TV/EricFlight. Eric today is flying the Stearman PT-17 biplane, initially introduced in 1934. Over 8,000 aircraft were produced, including the model 70, 75, and 76. Eric's setting up for his next approach where he's performing some loops. One loop into the second loop. In late 1933, Stearman engineers took a 1931 Lloyd Stearman design and added cantilever landing gear and adjustable elevator trim tabs to produce the Model 70. It's able to withstand a positive 12G load and a negative 9G load. Unbelievable. The aircraft was powered by a 210 horsepower Lycoming R680 engine. First flew on January 1st, 1934. Eric is a real-world pilot and actually creates a lot of interesting aviation-inspired merchandise. You can go on Etsy and look up Eric Flight Aviation if you're interested in any of those products. Eric's performing in, is he going to do a hammerhead? Biplanes and triplanes are actually very well suited for that wing over maneuver we just saw Eric perform. I think he's going to do another hammerhead. Basically, they climb up to just short of a stall speed, kick in either hard right or hard left rudder based on their aircraft type. The aircraft essentially does a half of a flat spin pointed at the sky and then faces the ground, and they come back in to level off. Nice tight back loop. Eric is flying very shiny wings today. After World War II, thousands of surplus PT-17s were auctioned off to civilians and former military pilots. Many were modified for crop dusting with a hopper for either pesticide or fertilizer that was fit into the cockpit in front of the pilot. Additional equipment they put on, of course, were pumps, spray bars, nozzles. It's like another wing over to a bank turn approach. Into a back loop. Now, Eric's performing a Little wing wave for us. Into a steep climb.
Be advised, last maneuver, 9 Foxtrot.
And a bank turn back
Roger.
to the field.
Be advised, last maneuver, 9 Foxtrot. Roger.
Mike's last maneuver is his final back loop.
Eric, not Mike, but you got it.
Eric's last maneuver. I got Mike on the brain today, folks.
Air show complete, 9 Foxtrot. 9 Foxtrot, clear out of the box, and a right down with
Wing wake to save high to
clear out of the box,
everybody on the field.
and right traffic for landing on 2-1. 9 Foxtrot.
And right traffic for landing on 2-1. 9 Foxtrot.
Charlie Foxtrot, Victor India, Juliet, you're clear for takeoff, advisor ready.
Charlie Foxtrot, Victor India, Juliet, you're clear for takeoff, advisor ready.
Clear for takeoff, Victor India Juliet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Brody Meat Products is offering $1 happy ending hot dogs at tent number 11. They're located right next to the Civil Air Patrol Women's Auxiliary tent. Next pilot taking off now is Stephen Hayes, flying the Harvard Mark IV Royal Canadian Air Force livery.
Charlie Foxtrot, Victor India, Juliet, when you are ready, you are cleared into the box.
Charlie Foxtrot, Victor India, Juliet, when you are ready.
Into the box for Victor India Juliet, thanks.
Into the box for Victor India, Juliet, thanks.
Steve has been flight simming for 35 years, having started with Microsoft Flight Simulator 4 in 1989. His current preferred flight simulation software is X-Plane 12.
Lily, are you staged? Where you need to be?
Yeah, I'm starting from here.
Thank you.
Stephen's
That's what I was
first
asking. Thank
interest
you.
in aviation started because his head was always looking skyward whenever he could hear a small plane fly over.
Again, folks, I want to welcome you to the Melvin Leroy channel. We are simulcasting the
Steve
Jeffrey
is flying
B
today is
channel.
a Canadian Harvard Mark IV. Basically
You are
developed in parallel with the
hearing
American
some of the
T6.
Airboss frequency
Many of the
chat as well,
AT6s
getting a little bit of a
and T6s
behind the
were
scenes
rebuilt in
look.
1949
If you don't want
through
that, head over to
1953.
Jeffrey Becker, twitchtv.jeffreyb, and you will see the main channel, which is what I'm broadcasting right now. So thanks again for coming by. Hot dogs are for the pilots, indeed, Texas One.
His first
Thanks again
maneuvers
for coming
today
by,
are
guys.
aileron rolls.
Unable to find UID 56.
The Harvard Mark IV is powered by a Pratt & Whitney R1340 1340 AN1 Wasp radial engine, producing 600 horsepower. Approximately 285 of these aircraft were produced. It was known by many names, including the Mosquito, the Window Breaker, and the Pilot Maker. Ladies and gentlemen, just another reminder that we are going to have a poll open at the end of the show for you to pick your favorite performance tonight. Steve came in a high-speed pass right into a back loop.
Back to me.
The Harvard Mark IV has a 30-foot wingspan. Correction, it's got a 42-foot wingspan. It's 29 foot long. It has a maximum speed of 208 miles per hour, which is 181 knots, with a range of about 730 miles. It's got a service ceiling of 24,200 feet with a rate of climb of 1,200 feet per minute. In the military formation, it was capable of carrying 3 30 caliber machine guns. Now Steve is going to come and perform a high-speed pass.
Yeah, we definitely need some custom music next year.
Steve
Like I said, I started right again.
Steve got his PPL through the Windsor Flying Club in 1998 with the highest flight test score, the highest combined written and flight test, and the Windsor Flying Club for 1998. He trained in the PA-38 Tomahawk. He got checked out in a Cessna 172. This club had 4 Tomahawks, 3 Cessna 172s, as well as a PA-30 Twin Comanche and a Side-Up Rhea. His last flight was, as picked, was October 11th, 2001, 1 month to the day of the 9/11 attacks on the Twin Towers.
Just remember that we're going to wait until Steve fully clears the runway before the next act. And Steve, when you come in, I want you to hold short of runway 1028 on the far side of the field.
Steve's now going to perform a Cuban 8. This is where he's going to pull all the way back about 3/4 of the way around and do a roll, head back downhill, and execute a second back loop about 3/4 of the way through the back loop, followed by a roll, roll might be a little offline, but that's okay. Although I see he's set himself up perfectly for his hammerhead stall and landing.
I copied your remarks there, Mike.
Thank you.
Members, just another reminder, folks, that we are going to have a best performance vote at the end of the show. There'll be a QR code available after the last performer completes their run. There'll be links in our chat, QR codes on the screen, and the voting will remain open for 30 minutes after the end of the show. Lining up for his final pass. Expecting Steve to make a low pass to the other end of the runway. Pull up sharply to almost stall the aircraft. Then kick the rudder one direction. To the left. As the aircraft stalls, it'll pick up speed and he'll be able to execute a recovery and then bank a turn to his landing.
Show complete, exiting the box.
You're clear out of the box. Kind of right down to him.
Right downward for 2-1, Victor India Juliet.
Right down to him. Right downward for 2-1, Victor India Juliet.
All right, folks, we are about halfway through our first act of performances, so I think we're going to take a little break. So let's give our performers a big round of applause. Don't forget to vote for your favorite performer after the show. We're going to be back in. Wait, hold on.
Go ahead,
Stand
Lily.
by. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that we've got an aircraft taking the field without authorization.
Central aircraft district, Central aircraft district, stand by. We have unauthorized activity on the ramp.
Switch camera.
What is going on here?
There you go.
Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, my cameras are broken. I got to fix it at intermission.
I see it. I see an air.
Unfortunately,
I see
my
an
cameras are
Airbus.
broken. I got to fix it at intermission.
Chasing a plane.
But there's a, ladies and gentlemen, there's a chase car following this. This person appears to be inebriated. What is going on here?
Part of the show.
Yeah. I assume I'm still clear
Ladies and
to
gentlemen, we
land.
have no idea what's going on.
Hey, frame, you're still clear to land.
Roger.
Oh dear, oh dear. Folks, do not try this at home, and don't try it at the next air show.
Oh, it helps that I wrecked out the ops car.
My goodness. This is very erratic flying. Can we get any information on this pilot, anybody?
I just handed you the information.
We're
Wink,
getting a
wink.
report that this student, I've just been handed the information. This is apparently a student pilot that's been training for about 3 years and hasn't ever been approved for a solo. I guess her name is Lily Bevan, we're being told. Lily told her instructor that she does flight sim using Microsoft Flight Simulator.
See if you can exit the runway as appropriate.
She got her initial interest initial interest in aviation came from living under the approach path at London Heathrow.
It's gonna be at the end. I didn't want to nose over.
Right.
That appears to be a Cub Crafter's XCub, which is powered by a Lycoming 0360 180 horsepower engine. This is very erratic and highly unrecommended flying, folks. The Cub Crafter's XCub was actually developed in secret for 6 years, with thousands of drawings being submitted to... Ooh, that was a close one, folks. Submitted to the FAA. They produced over 1,000 aircraft since 2016. I think at the rate this flight is going, they're going to have to produce another one after this. Speaking of which, folks, you should stop by the Bent Frame Pavilion and Beer Garden hosted by the Bush League Backcountry Fly-In. And be sure to try out the It'll Buff Out IPA. Is she going to be able to land this thing? Can't tell if she's trying to land.
Charles, you're staged, correct?
She's certainly not afraid to use the rudder pedal.
Charles, are you staged? Fantastic.
Just give me call signs when they stage, please.
November
Just give me call
157,
signs
Charlie
when they
X-ray.
stage, please.
Charlie X-ray. 157, Charlie X-ray.
Roger.
One more cross my
Roger.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Oh, Steven, I'm in the way, sorry.
this is a little bit out of control.
No worries. I thought you meant to.
We need to get her. We need to get her on the ground.
Cleared across.
Go ahead.
All right. The Cub in the box here.
She
Clear to
able
exit the
finally
box
get the
after this
aircraft
next pass
landing
here.
maneuver?
The Cub in the box here. Clear to exit the box after this next pass here.
Oh, jeez. And speaking of it'll buff out IPA, I'm sure all of the scratches on the wingtips and everything will buff right out.
Almost complete right down when she was.
November 157, Charlie X-ray. Clear for takeoff. Advise when ready.
November 157, Charlie X-ray. Clear for takeoff.
Yeah, Edge 157 Charlie X-ray ready to hold on short.
Yeah, Edge.
November 157, Charlie X-ray. You're cleared into the box.
Hold on short. Okay, 7 Charlie X-ray, clear for takeoff.
Golf Bravo, Charlie India Romeo. Just give way to the departing aircraft.
Give away.
Charlie India Romeo, just give way to the departing aircraft.
Give away.
The next performer today is Charles Berry, flying the Edge 540 for Team Red Bull. Charlie's also known as 7 Charlie X-Ray. He's done a lot of real-world glider training in the 1980s. He's got a wife, 2 daughters, 3 grandkids, and 2 dogs.
Rocket 2, confirm your
US
stage.
Golf, RC Electric, X-Plane,
Getting stage
and
right now.
Thank you.
the Central California wine country. Born and raised as a permanent fixture in the LA area, he lived a short walk from Brant Beech.
Edge, you're cleared into the box.
Under the LAX Bravo.
Edge, you're cleared in the box.
Today he's flying the Zivco Edge 540, manufactured by Zivco Aeronautics, is a highly aerobatic aircraft, capable of 420 degree per second roll rate and a 3,700 foot per minute climb rate.
Formation group, I would start getting yourselves organized too.
It
Get
has
behind the
flown to
F-15.
victory on the international unlimited aerobatic circuit several times since the mid-1990s. His first pass is scheduled to be a high-speed low pass with a rolling climb out to a split S. It looks like it might have been a unintended touch and go with a broken prop.
Performing the edge, you alright?
Performing the edge, you alright?
Charles, you alright? It's alright. You have time to get it back lined up, or are you cooked? Jeffrey, you can fodder with the ops car. Here, we're gonna let the next performance run if you want to try and get a reset, Charles.
Rocket 2, you need a departure to start your performance, correct?
Confirm for Rocket 2.
Rocket 2, you're cleared into the box.
Rocket 2 is cleared in the box, ready to rock the skies over Galesburg.
Rocket 2, Jeffrey, Rocket 2.
Box ready to rock the skies over Galesburg.
That's Nick, right?
Correct.
That's Nick, right?
You are still coming over, by the way, on your PA when you're talking in the Discord. Just be careful with that, Jeffrey.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Is that my clearance for takeoff as well or no?
Hey, firm. Rocket 2, you're cleared in the box. Clear for takeoff. Cleared in the box.
pilot to
Clear for takeoff,
enter
Rocket 2.
the show box today is Nick Vasquez. Flying F-15 Eagle for the 336th Fighter Squadron.
Yeah, folks, we have about, well, not about, we have 2 more performers ahead of me. We've got Rob Marcinek and Ben Landron, and then it's our turn, so we're getting closer, you guys.
Take off, flyer,
And,
gear up.
should be fun. Should be fun.
Do immediate high-speed climb.
Again, thank you so much for joining the Virtual USA Flying Club's 2nd annual air show.
He's been simming for 9 years, and
There's been
his
some awesome
preferred simulator
performances,
is
and we got a few more
P3D
yet to do.
Version 4.
There may also be a little bit of a group flight in between this performance and mine as well. So I might be 4
Formation group,
performances.
let
High
Charles
speed pass.
restage.
Oh, and it sounds like we might let the extra restage.
Discord,
But
Discord, please.
Getting
Discord,
close.
Discord.
Number 1.
We're gonna let Charles restage so he can get his performance in after the F-15.
Minimum radius turn.
Roger.
And we're expecting him to come in for several aileron rolls down the runway. Nice little photo pass. The F-15 Strike Eagle, powered by two Pratt & Whitney F-100 PW-229 engines producing 58,000 pounds of thrust, 29,000 pounds each. United States Air Force produced approximately 218 F-15 Eagles. And here comes our 3 ailerons rolls.
Charles, are you restaged?
He's coming back in for his next pass.
You're so quiet, I can't hear you, Charles. Can you text in the performer channel if you're ready?
And we have a nice
Yes, very strange. Text.
inverted.
All right, perfect.
To an inverted pass. This dual-role fighter was designed to perform air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. Aircraft uses 2 crew members, a pilot, and a weapons system officer. Array of avionics and electronic systems give the F-15 Echo the capability to fight at low altitude, day or night, and in all weather. Now he's coming in for an inverted pass. To inverted the other direction. Nice and stable.
Hey, thank you very much, Quid Quam, for the follow. Welcome.
He's coming back in for his next pass. Nice photo pass over the field. Arcing turn to allow everyone with good cameras to take great pictures.
How long is the intermission going to be?
15 minutes.
Going into a vertical climb.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I forgot about the intermission. So I probably have about half an hour or so before my performance, maybe a little longer.
BD5's not showing on the stream.
It should when your time comes. We'll worry about that when it comes up. There's a lot of aircraft on the ground, remember?
Okay.
And now he's making a nice knife edge pass. To an inverted minimum radius turn.
I see November 965 Papa Tango.
Coming in at a steep bank approach.
You'll be alright, you'll be alright. If you're
Yeah,
connected with
just
the right thing, you'll be alright.
Into a vertical climb. This aircraft had a low altitude navigation and targeting infrared for night. The system allowed the aircraft to fly at low altitudes at night and in any weather conditions to attack ground targets with a variety of precision guided and unguided weapons. The APG-70 radar system also allowed air crews to detect ground targets from very long range.
Rocket 2 in the break.
Rocket 2, you can enter the right downwind, or excuse me, the left downwind for runway 21. You can clear out of the box.
Left downwind, runway 21, clear out of the box. Rocket 2.
Now Nick is performing what's called an overhead approach. Going into a break, and now he's going to be making a steep descending turn to land. And you can see that he's configuring for landing, the gear's coming down.
Alright, November 157 Charlie X-Ray is going to get his performance again. Jeffrey, we found a quote-unquote spare aircraft for him to perform in.
Roger. Roger. Nick's setting up for his landing, and of course these aircraft land at a high rate of speed.
November 157 Charlie X-Ray, you can line up 2-1.
Line up on 2-1 for Edge 7 Charlie X-Ray.
Line up on 2-1 for Edge 7 Charlie X-Ray.
November 157 Charlie X-Ray, you're clear for takeoff. You are cleared into the box.
Fly today.
Charlie X-Ray, Edge is clear for takeoff runway 21 and cleared into the box. 7 Charlie X-Ray.
Clear for takeoff runway 21 and cleared into the box. 7 Charlie X-Ray.
The folks over at November 8033 Fox are hosting a seminar entitled, "Is Your Sim Pit Ever Finished?" Spoiler alert, no, it's not.
In the Discord only, please. Formation group, are you all ready?
A-firm. A-firm, number 2 is just about to head to the hold short.
Number 1 holding short.
Alright, 3 will be right behind you.
4's ready.
Thank you.
The Edge 540, like I mentioned before, is capable of doing a 420 degree per second roll. What we aren't sure is whether the VATSIM network will be able to put the data in that fast, so you might see some of his roll maneuvers look erratic and snappy, but The aircraft's flying smoothly, it's just how the data comes through. It's doing one of 2 loops over the center. And then I predict he's gonna fly straight out into a half Cuban 8. Now I'm expecting a aileron roll over the airfield. Another half Cuban. Into an inverted pass down the runway. Yeah, the network just can't keep up with high-speed rolls.
Yeah, something to work on for next time.
Keep up with high-speed rolls. Into a back loop. Banking back out to line back up for his next pass. To looks like a full Cuban 8.
Oh, that was nice.
Now he's heading for the sky. Vertical roll. Going for another high-speed low pass. Looks like a hammerhead stall. Do a little bit of a spin. And recovers nicely. That was an Immelman turn into a vertical ascent. And I think he's trying to stall the aircraft, at which point it's going to kind of spin out of control a little bit until he gets enough airspeed to recover. Right now you can see it tumble and spin, airspeed picks up. He gets that airflow across the control surfaces and he's able to recover. To another half Cuban. Into a back loop.
And performance complete. Exiting the box.
Crazy aerobatic stuff.
157 Charlie X-ray, exit the box, right down 121, thank you. And just give room, we're going to have the formation group depart before you land.
Copy that. We'll give you room for the formation group to depart for 7 Charlie X-ray. We'll hold out.
Virtual USA Flying Club, fantastic 4. You are cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, formation.
Cleared for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, formation.
Our next performance group into the performance box today are the Virtual USA Flying Club Fantastic 4.
Last performance of the first half of the show. Last performance of the first half of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last performance for the first half of the show. When it's complete, we will have a 15-minute intermission to be able to grab a snack and come back, and we'll complete the show. By the way,
Number 1 rolling.
Adventures is set up at booth 16. He's offering a 10% discount to airshow patron to his new streaming platform, Learn to Fly Fake Planes Like a Pro.tv.
Number 2 rolling.
You can also pick up his popular pamphlet. It's really fun to follow all the rules. What's a call sign for number 2? What's a call sign for number 2?
Victor India Juliet.
Number 3 rolling.
Number 3 rolling.
Rolling.
Virtual USA Flying Club Fantastic 4, you're cleared into the box when ready. This frequency is all yours.
Formation cleared into the box. Number 1.
Formation cleared into the box. Number 1.
X-ray, box will hold east of the runway. X-ray, box will hold east of the runway. Airbus 7 Charlie X-ray, we're going to hold east of the runway. Airbus 7 Charlie X-ray, we're going to hold east of the runway.
X-ray, clear to land.
7 Charlie X-ray, clear to land.
Again, Virtual USA Flying Club Fantastic 4, this frequency is yours.
So our Fantastic 4 performers today are Ben Speidel and the T6G Texan, Stephen Hayes, and the Harvard Mark IV that we saw earlier, David W. and the P-51D Mustang, and Rob Shearman Jr. and his FG-1D Corsair. We also saw Rob perform earlier today.
Number 2 has 1 and 3 ahead in sight, trying to catch up.
We're looking good, guys. Almost in.
The aircraft are working their way into position to form a diamond shape for their first pass.
Number 4. Formation start left turn, now.
Formation start left turn, now.
Of course, you'll see a bit of a delay, obviously, between what's happening and what's being broadcast, but you get the gist. This is really, really challenging to do on VATSIM, by the way.
7 Charlie X-Ray, clear runway 21.
Thanks, sir.
7 Charlie X-Ray, clear runway 21.
Thanks, sir.
As I mentioned, their first pass today is going to be the diamond formation.
Who is that Death 1 airplane flying around?
That's for later.
Okay.
So amazing to see these majestic World War II aircraft flying in formation all these years later.
Great angle.
Formation left turn. Now.
Formation left turn. Now.
Coming around for their second pass, the formation is known as a finger 4 formation.
Number 4, transition finger 4 right. Now.
Number 4, transition finger 4 right. Now.
Number 4.
Number 4.
They're making their way out to the
Formation left turn. Now.
other end of the performance box.
Now.
They're going to begin their left turn back towards the show field. formations making their way back towards the field for their finger 4 pass.
Formation left turn. Now.
Formation left turn. Now.
They're coming back around, folks. They're setting up for their 3rd pass where they're going to pass over the field in trail.
Formation in transition, echelon right. Now.
Formation in transition, echelon right. Now.
I can't see 2. 3 and 4's in position.
I can't see 2. 3 and 4's in position.
2 is trailing behind, 190 miles an hour, trying to catch up.
Okay, don't overshoot. I'll make room for you.
Okay, don't overshoot. I'll make room for you.
3's gonna leave room.
3's gonna leave room.
They should be getting out far enough away that they should be initiating their turn back towards the field.
Is number 2 in position for move into trail?
Is number 2 in position for move into trail?
Number 2 is fighting all the turbulence from 1, 3, and 4, but I am almost there.
1, 3, and 4, but I am almost there.
Apparently they're fighting turbulence out there from...
Number 2 is just past number 4, passing number 3. Alright, we'll break in 3,
turbulent
2,
coming off their wings.
1, break left.
3, 2, 1, break left.
Number 2.
Number 3. Number 2.
Number 4.
Number 3. Number 4.
Rob, if you want to stage and then park for the intermission, since you're the first on the other side.
I really don't want to move and take my chocks off until I'm ready.
Understood. We'll get you on the other side of the break.
I heard that little snicker, Jeffrey.
They're coming in for their in-trail pass.
Formation rejoin Diamond on downwind.
Formation rejoin Diamond on downwind.
Number 2's coming back inside.
Number 2's coming back inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're heading back out to the other end of the field to set up for their Diamond Show Pass.
Number 4, nice work, boys.
Number 4, nice work, boys.
And again, just a friendly reminder, at the end of the air show, we are going to have a vote for the best performance of the show. So be sure to be ready to look for that QR code on our outro, as well as look for the link in chat.
My Fokker stalled.
And if you're interested, of course, in flying on VATSIM and with general aviation aircraft, then you'll definitely want to look into joining the virtual USA Flying Club.
Number 2, fighting all the wake turbulence again, 190 miles an hour, coming in from the back.
All the wake turbulence again, 190 miles an hour coming in.
Might have to restart.
And as I mentioned,
You got
during
time, Rob,
intermission,
because
there
you
will
have
be a
intermission,
QR
so
code.
you
to
gotta
join
do it
the
now.
Flying Club Discord.
Formation start left turn. Now number 2, you can rejoin and turn.
Formation start left turn. Now number 2, you can rejoin.
Number 2, we're with you. 4, we're in.
Number 2, we're with you. 4, we're in.
That's a Texan, or P-51D Mustang. Our Corsair. And our Harvard Mark IV. Looks like they're set up in formation or ready to make their final pass over the field, folks. So this time, let's make sure we give them a huge round of applause.
Virtual USA Flying Club Formation 4. You guys can exit the box after this pass. Break as necessary. We will enter the intermission after you guys arrive.
Formation.
All right, guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump off of Rob's or of Jeffrey's channel here. I got to just make sure that my aircraft is set up and ready to go, because I am, I believe, number 2 or number 3 after the intermission here. So I need to kind of be ready to rock. And yeah, you guys can continue to watch over on Jeffrey's channel. Does a great job. Really some amazing performances here so far. It's going to be very difficult to determine who the best in show is, to be sure. We do have, again, a 15-minute or so intermission, and so you can go take a break. I am going to also take a break
now,
and I need to make sure that my aircraft is ready to go, though. So we're
Good thing we're hitting intermission because my computer just CTD'd.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right, so I have
Good timing. If there was ever timing.
All right. I have the engine already going, by the way. I wanted to make sure you're hearing some things in the background there.
When they land, let them land out.
CTDs
When they roll out on landing, Jeffrey, then you can go to intermission.
I wanted to make sure we didn't have any of that, so I have everything pretty well ready to go. The only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to probably dump a little fuel here. I've already taken my cargo out. I think I'm going to drop fuel here to about 27% or so. I want to be as light as possible for some of these maneuvers.
Formation transition echelon right now.
I have everything else in and ready. We are set flaps. Yeah, I got literally everything ready to go. So we should be able to...
That might have been the most perfect crash to desktop I've ever had in my life. If there was ever a time.
So that's the air boss that you're hearing right there. So, all right, I'll go back outside drone cam view, back to the clean sweep view.
3 and 4 here.
And again, thank you so very much
just too far back. I'm trying to catch up once again.
For tuning in to the Virtual USA Flying Club's Air Show 2024.
We're doing 160 miles
Hope
an
you've
hour.
enjoyed, and there's still plenty of flying. I think even I think we've got 8 more performers, and then let me see.
And continuing to lose airspeed. Number 2, I think I've got an engine problem
We've
here.
we've got 9 performers still to go in the second half, and then I think we might even have another.
Number 2, can you follow number 4?
Oh no.
Break. Number 3 and 4, join on number 1.
The next tandem flight is one of these ones in the second half. So I'm the 3rd aircraft.
Number 2 is falling out of formation down to 120 miles an hour.
Uh-oh, having some engine trouble there. That's too bad.
Formation start left turn now.
Got somebody
Number 2,
spawning
you can
in
take
here.
the runway if needed.
But anyway, all right, guys.
Jeffrey, you can play into that failure if you want.
I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and then we'll be ready to go here in just a few.
Number 2 has still got the rest of the group in sight. We're just trying to follow in behind. Number 1 in the break in 3, 2, 1, break. Number 3 in 3, 2, 1, break. Number 2 is on short final, gear down.
4's in the break. 3, 2, 1, and break.
Wait, who's number 2? What's the call sign?
Victor India Juliet. And nosed over on the ground.
I'm coming.
Number 1, going around.
Disconnected from the network. I'll rejoin.
Roger.
Too bad I took a picture already.
Wouldn't want to miss that.
Number 1, going around, staying left traffic. Number 3, short final, landing. Number 2 is magically back on the ramp.
Four space to final.
I think I had my engine firewalled too many times trying to catch up to the group, and I just overheated things.
Number 1, left downwind. Number 3 is clear of the active.
Four's clear in the active. I'll hold short for the taxi back on 3.
Once you're all down, you can cut to intermission, Jeffrey. Countdown timer.
This afternoon, we have a special compilation of Twitch clips that we will be running now for the intermission, so that you guys aren't just staring at it for the second half of the show. We'll have clips from myself, Jet Pilot Cinnamon, Eric Flight, November 8033 Foxtrot, Melvin Leroy, Slant Alpha Adventures, and of course our broadcast
Did you say my voicemail was coming through
clips as well.
Discord?
Yep.
If you're interested,
When you talk in the Discord, Jeffrey, it ends up going over your PA as well on the stream. That's what's happening.
Somewhere on the screen in front of you. If you enjoy general aviation and you are a VATSIM member, we'd love to have you join the Virtuous A Flying Club. Always looking for more people to join that appreciate and enjoy general aviation. Enjoy these clips during the intermission, and we also hope that you enjoy the second half of the show.
It worked.
Oh, we're gonna be in the bushes. Ooh, boy. Oh, we're skipping along, hopping along. Are we gonna stop in time? I don't think so.
Have a view.
No! Oh no! We lost an airframe. Uh-oh. I wrecked out. Oh look, we're right here with another wrecked out airplane. Surprise. Look at that. We found, oh lord. We found freaking downwinds, or what's his name? Slant Alpha's plane.
This was a desperate, I was ready to pee myself, and then I slammed the brakes. Yeah, okay, well. Perfect. Alright, yeah, I'm glad nobody clipped that. My god. Alright, so...
Rob, you get your computer reset?
What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm right at the end of the runway.
Alright, perfect, thank
A
you.
little uphill should help, though. Oh, big bounce. Big bounce. Yeah, that... No. Nailed it. Darn it. I was so close. I just got a little impatient on the brakes. Oh, man, I'm going to need to have some help flipping that back over, guys.
Denver Center, citation 514 Delta Vic.
Citation 514 Delta Victor, go ahead.
Yeah, we died. You can cancel IFR.
Citation 4 Delta Victor, sorry to hear that. IFR cancellation received time 0 to 0. Thanks for flying.
Have a good one.
You too.
Alrighty then.
Let's get on to the taxiway here. Put ourselves into the line. Oh, my rudder pedals are sliding on the floor.
November 275 Echo Kilo, currently heading clear, runway 31 light, pound for VFA to Petro, 2 mile away.
Ah! Well, I didn't expect that. Wasn't expecting the helicopter oh, this is awkward.
We'll see. Try pulling back a little quicker this time. Oh, I think I got it. There you go. There's a loop for you, sir. Right rudder. Back on the throttle really fast. And there you go. Not realistic at all. But I ended up pretty good because you still see Assawamsett Pond there, which is my visual to get back to Plymouth. So there you go, sir. Worth the kill. I hope you appreciated that.
I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Hello, Dave. I don't understand why.
Full on left rudder there, and I was not turning. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy wind. Holy cow. Okay. Oh, wait, that's not why I'm not turning. I'm not turning because I'm an idiot. I have to arm the steering. Hey, how you doing? I'm kind of a pro. got it figured out.
Delta 1203
There we go.
San Francisco Tower, runway 28 left, cleared to land.
Mr. Airbus is asking about our throat and yaddle. Throat and yaddle. If you want to... God, it's going to be a long night, guys. Want some information about our throat and yaddle, you can go down there underneath the About tab or over on our Discord server, and all of our hardware and software that we use as part of the setup is listed over there for you.
November 80, Denver 1 at gate Bravo 10 with uniform, requesting VFR to Baltimore, Washington International.
November 8th, 09er1, Washington Tower, good evening. Cleared into the Washington Class Bravo airspace. Maintained VFR at or below 2,500. Departure frequency 119.85. Squawk 2217.
Cleared into the Bravo class airspace, departure frequency 109.85. 85.
Aider?
VFR at 2,500.
I hardly know it.
2217, 80991.
80991, read back correct. Expect runway 1. Information Juliet current. I try not to work blue, but I couldn't help myself on that one.
DCA Tower, American 2004, radio check.
American 2004, Washington Tower, good evening. Got you 5x5.
Great job so far, everyone. Great job, Jeffrey. You're doing good, man. Great job so
You're
far.
damn near killed it, right?
November 611 Mike Whiskey, holding shop runway 33 at Foxtrot.
Is it at the end of the stream?
Number 611 Mike Whiskey.
Say again?
Make
Will the
left
VOD,
closed
like the
traffic.
replay, will it be posted at the end of the stream?
Runway
Yeah, it will be
33.
exported to YouTube after the
Wind
stream is complete.
330 at 9er, runway 33 clear for takeoff.
It'll
Report
probably won't get up to YouTube fully until about 4 or 5 hours after the show. It takes a little while to export.
Runway 33, left close. But always can't speak today, sorry.
November 611 Mike Whiskey, I'm sorry, say again.
Stand by, didn't write that down.
No problem, sir. I'm sorry, I'm a bit distracted, it's not you.
Because pretty soon I'm going to be too drunk to inebriate. I'm going to be too inebriated to enunciate. I'm going to be too enunciated to inebriate. I'm going to be too enunciated to inebriate. That's what I was going to say. Too enunciated to inebriate.
It's one of two things: undereducation or over inebriation.
Someone's paying attention. Thanks.
I'm gonna be disappointed if it's not modeled in 12. Oh, what the heck kind of low bridge is?
I don't think we can go under that one.
No, that's not happening. Alright, so I'm gonna have to get my butt in the blender and develop that bridge. Oh, wait a minute. My bad.
Front bridge.
Front bridge. I knew it was in here. For you, Martha.
Don't be doing that stuff, Michael, if I fly with you.
Whoa. I don't know if you
Ops 1 is checking the runway for FUD.
So that was how hard I was pushing on the brakes. That was awesome.
21.9 is the ground frequency. Okay, I'm gonna do that the old-fashioned way or the cheating way of pilot. Let me go taxi out and get a taxi clearance. That's so fantastic. I gotta remember to go back later and clip this. What time is well, I'm only 10 minutes into the stream. That'll be easy to remember. All right, well.
Rob's already clipped it and shared it. Can everyone move to the back of the plane, please?
Hops 1, runway check complete.
Yeah, you guys do me a favor. Hop out here. Wow. And this is a real life, like, I don't know if you guys have met Brett, Lee, and Hammer. The second, it is. He's got that same hat his mom sent him when he was 10. He's just kept it forever.
Roger that.
He's a big fan of the going sleeveless with the vest and matching trousers. Nice job, nice job. All right, well, Fixie, I'll give you a lift down to Cordova, Muni. We want to make a. Oh my goodness, that can't be real. Mr. Scooter says, you hit it hard enough, it's... Uh-oh, you know what? On that little roller coaster dip, we struck our prop in the prop strike. Well, I guess we're going to have to just park it here, guys. See if I can at least get it off the runway. You guys want to help me jump out and push? Alright, let's disconnect from VATSIM then. Alright, that's really not fair. What the heck did I hit? Yeah, come on, that's not fair.
And Jennings traffic 365, Bravo here, we are clear, runway 35, Jennings.
Jennings traffic, CS124 my Charlie. We're gonna depart runway 35 for the left traffic.
And Jenny, get Fox shooter on the end is left downwind 35.
Oh man, where's push truck?
Jennings traffic, disregard 124 my Charlie. We're gonna
Radio check.
Loud and clear, how do you hear me?
5x5.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me.
John, is
my.
everything okay? Do we need to send someone?
No, I'm good. It's just, it's purely my.
This is Annie West, and now back to the show.
And welcome back, everyone. We're going to go back to the field and get our next pilot in the air as soon as possible. Enjoy the second half of the Virtual USA Flying Club Air Show.
Now your volume's low on stream.
It's fine. It's pre-recorded. Jeffrey, are you good?
And our next
There we go.
pilot into the box is
All right, Rob, you ready?
Rob Marcinek, flying the Fokker DR1.
Snoopy, you are clear for takeoff. You are cleared into the box.
You are cleared for takeoff. You are cleared into the box.
Cleared to the box.
Cleared to the box.
Rob Marcinek is flying a Fokker DR1.
Without a doubt, this is the hardest plane
World War I
to
fighter
fly
aircraft
in this entire air
developed by
show.
Fokker Aviation in Germany, famously flown by the Red Baron. Rob's been simming for 5 years, kind of shares his flight simming duties between X-Plane 12 and Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Jeffrey, is this one of the performances with the smoke? If so, smoke at your leisure.
There you go, see Snoopy flying by.
Do I have to trigger the smoke, or is he?
Yeah, call smoke on and off.
Do I have to do it?
Just say on frequency, smoke on and smoke off. Your call, Rob. On frequency, Airbus frequency. Smoke on, smoke off.
Okay.
Rob's interest in aviation started because his father was an Air Force aircraft mechanic. The Fokker DR1, known as the Dry Decker, which is simply a triplane, it's a well-worn fighter aircraft. It saw widespread service in the spring of 1918. It became famous as the aircraft which Manfred von Richthofen gained his last 17 victories. This is actually a replica of the Fokker DR1. It's more suitable for
Snoopy, you are cleared in the box.
vintage air shows. Does have steerable tail wheels and brakes, unlike the original aircraft that had no brakes and basically just a wooden skid on the tail. There was about 320 DR1s made, but none have survived of the original. The last few were actually bombed during World War II.
Rob, you're going pretty far out. Bring it in. Call the smoke on frequency when you want it.
This aircraft is highly maneuverable. It was famous for its steep climbs. It was no other aircraft at the time could keep up with the rate of climb.
Jeffrey, be ready on his smoke when he calls it on frequency.
Deadly in combat.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it until I fly by.
Yep, I'm saying Jeffrey, be ready to go on his call on frequency. Rob, do it on frequency, on viral frequency.
Yeah, when I do my inverted to the last pass.
Ah, do it on the first pass too, for why not?
I can't get to the control.
He's got the control. Jeffrey has the control.
Okay.
You just call it on and off.
All right, he's coming in for his first pass. He's doing a nice barrel roll. Snapping it back around. Minimum radius canyon
I
turn.
messed that one up.
He's gonna give a barrel roll another go.
Smoke it on, baby. Come on, let's do it. Smoke it on. There we
Ladies
go.
and
Keep
gentlemen,
going the
we've
same
got
way.
smoke on. He's coming back in for his next pass. This aircraft, like I said, is highly maneuverable. It's capable of barrel rolls, hammerheads, wingovers. The only thing you got to be a little careful of in the real aircraft is the top wing would like to rip off at high G maneuvers.
I'm gonna do a loopy-loop.
And Rob's lining up to come back with Snoopy to do a loop-de-loop. Should look pretty cool in the smoke. Smoke looks pretty amazing, I'm not going to lie.
If it still has a limit, you can kill it now and bring it back on later. Unless you killed the limit. At your leisure, Jeffrey. You make the call, Jeffrey. You make the call.
You can see that Snoopy livery, it pays homage to the Peanuts cartoons. Snoopy would often appear in the cartoon as a World War I fighting ace. While Rob's setting up for his next pass, I just want to remind people that Eric Flight is set up at table 9. His 2025 calendar fundraiser of the month is available for purchase. Plus his full complement of Eric Flight Aviation Etsy products are available for sale. Rob's setting in for his next pass. Attempt a right barrel roll. Looks like smoke coming on. Oh, and he's got red smoke, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? A little bit easier to see, higher contrast than this beautiful clear day today here in Galesburg, Knox County, Illinois. I'm not sure what barrel he was rolling, but he gave her a good try.
It's fantastic, Jeffrey. Fantastic.
Nice wing over.
Swing around, do an inverted pass, and that's it.
And Rob's circling to come back in for his last pass, which we expect to be an inverted pass.
Benjamin, your stage, correct?
5 Papa Tango staged.
5 Papa Tango staged.
And as soon as 5 Papa Tango gets going, we're going to jump over to our view, and then we're going to just have to watch Jeffrey on another monitor, and we'll be up. We're in the hole, as they say in baseball.
Rob Marcinek bring in this wonderful warbird to our air show tonight. He's coming in for his last pass. Looks like smoke is on.
Snoopy, you're cleared out of the box. You can enter right downwind for runway 21.
Round of applause.
Right downwind 21.
November 965, Papa Tango, you're clear for takeoff. Advise when ready.
Ready for takeoff, Papa Tango.
He's not showing correctly. Hold on.
All right, you guys.
5 Papa Tango, cancel takeoff or turn back to the gate, or turn back to the ramp.
We may be up sooner than we think.
Wrong ICAO code.
Benjamin, what's the code that he needs, Jeffrey?
It's a BD5J. Snoopy and final.
Snoopy, you're clear to land.
Stand by.
Announce a technical difficulty and tell him we'll get right back to the show and then find out what he
Having
needs.
a technical difficulty. We'll be right back to the show in a moment.
What code does it need to connect as?
It was a BD5 on VATSIM.
Stand by, we're going to find the correct code for you.
So I think he's on the runway. Excuse me. But I don't see him either, so we're going to just stage here. Get ourselves ready to go. Quick rehearsal. Oh, here comes somebody else. Maybe I'm going to hold short and let them get ready. Might be, that might be him.
What do you got, Jeffrey?
My CSLs obviously will look much.
BD5J, no dashes, no spaces. Is that what you're connected as, Benjamin?
Mine will look much different than what you see on Jeffrey's channel, obviously.
Disconnect, reconnect, BD5J.
Okay.
That was a good job, Rob Valkyrie, by the way.
We'll be right back, folks.
Really nice. I hope your
technical glitch that's going to happen from time to time.
I hope your landing went okay. I know that's the part. I've flown that plane. I've never once landed it successfully.
Driving around making safety checks.
Okay. All right. Our flight routine, by the way, let's rehearse it just real quick while we're waiting. We're going to depart.
Good to go. We're good to go.
Make a tactical departure.
965 Papa Tango, you're clear for takeoff. You're clear into the box.
Clear into the box. Clear for takeoff, Papa Tango.
We're going to climb to 2,000, and we're going to make a high G turn, low pass. We're going to then climb up to do a wing over.
With that out of the way, we're back in action.
Oh, that might be the
pilot to perform tonight is Benjamin Landron.
For a second pass, wing over for a second pass. We'll do another high G turn for a third pass, and then we will line up for a tactical approach.
Been swimming for about 10 years.
And our goal is to try to stop prior to the crosswind runway. Very short field takeoff and arrival today.
Young age. Join the Virtual USA Flying Club Flying Team livery.
That's about as good as we're going to be able to do right now.
The BD5J is a micro-turbo TRS turbojet engine producing just 225 pounds of thrust. Introduced in 1973. At the time held the world's record for the smallest flying manned jet aircraft and is famous for being used in the 1983 James Bond movie Octopussy.
115. 106 is our danger zone here, you guys.
Ben has had his PPL since 1987. He built his own kit plane in 2008. He sold it a few years ago, misses the heck out of the aircraft, but does not miss the hangar fees. We're expecting him to do a high-speed pass around at 225 knots.
Do I have to stay connected, or is there going to be any kind of picture or nothing?
That's the plan, hopefully, at the end, yes.
Turning right. Banking left to come around for his second pass.
Brant, are you staged?
By the way, folks,
Hey,
Melvin
Fern.
Leroy has free Bravo Tour gift bags at his booth near Hangar C. Stop by in his book, How to Start Any Aircraft in Under an Hour. He'll be signing books at his booth after the show.
That was
So
good.
Ben's
That
coming
was
in,
good.
as we like to say, slow and dirty.
That was good. That was good.
His gear's down, his flaps are down. It's coming in nice and slow.
Yeah, that is a slow and dirty.
It's amazing. A jet
That's
aircraft
awesome.
can go as fast as 225 knots, but its landing configuration is just 60.
That's awesome.
There you can see the flaps down. Gears coming up. Flaps coming up. Back to being configured clean. So he's turning left to get ready for his right-hand turn to set up for his next pass.
We got all the lights on, because why not? Let's see, everything else is good here. Emergency light could be on, windshield defog, probies can come on, smoke detectors can come on. Everything else is good. APU is off. Yeah, I think we're ready. We are ready. Slanty. I saw your comment, dude. That's good. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's the smallest manned flying jet anymore. I think the Cree has that distinction, but this is certainly the smallest single engine. It's coming through right now with an inverted pass.
Dang, that thing's sporty, isn't it? That's pretty awesome.
Rolls out. Brakes right. And he's going to set up to come back around for his next pass. He's getting lined up now. this pass, we think he's going to perform a series of aileron rolls.
Whoops, I missed him.
Nice and smooth. Nice, smooth rolls right back into level flight. Well done.
It's been a good routine.
Now he's turning to the left. He's going to brake right and get lined up for his last and final pass of the performance.
Man, it's going to be tough to do the best in show, no doubt about it.
We're expecting to see a full or a half Cuban 8. Kind of depends on what his mood is today.
That's right. Slant alpha. Depends on how hungry he is.
He's pulling back in, so this is going to be a
Oh boy.
regular Cuban 8.
Okay.
First half.
Been having a little trouble with the
It looks like he's going to do the full Cuban 8.
flight controls on this new update, and particularly the rudder.
Reaches the apex,
But it
it'll
looks
loop
like
the
it's
audio, roll
looks like
back
it's
to
working
level
now.
Flight, aim down at the ground,
Here he comes, guys. This should be a pretty cool shot.
and level off his approach at a few hundred feet over the runway.
Nice. Very cool. Very cool.
BD5 complete.
BD5, you cleared out of the box. Enter right down runway 21.
Here we go, guys.
BD5, you can keep it tight. That next aircraft will be starting their performance from the runway.
Papa Tango.
All right, tactical departure. Let's see if we can do it. Up to 2,000.
And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but our next performer is entering the runway. If you squint, you might be able to notice his C17
Actually, 5 Papa Tango is spin the downwind. We're going to get him started first.
lining up for takeoff.
All right, spin downwind for Papa Tango.
Tin Can 8 ready.
Put it in the box. Tin Can 8 cleared in the box.
Nyberg,
Put it in the box,
call
Tin Can
sign
8.
Tin Can 8. About to take off. You can catch Brant on Twitch TV on the Melvin Leroy channel.
Looking for short field departure.
Turn him down. Clear the line.
Expect this to be a full power takeoff.
Clear left.
Rotate. Positive right gear.
Brant's been flight simming for 10 years.
Let's get a little speed here.
His preferred sim is Microsoft Flight Simulator.
And we'll go tactical.
His interest in aviation got started by hanging out at the Clark County Airport in South Dakota with his grandpa.
Yeah, overshot that by about 1,500 feet. Off to a good start already, I can
Perform
tell.
his tactical takeoff.
All right, let's make a little...
We're expecting him to do a high G turn.
turn away. We'll set up the G-turn here. Got to get some speed up.
Line
I'm
himself
really
up for his
high.
Next pass.
Really high.
3 black.
Hey, Michael. Michael, you're already done. You get to
Tango
enjoy.
clear.
All right, there's 20 seconds. Let's make the turn. Here we go. We're going to have to give up a little altitude here at the same time. So this is not going to be the low speed or the low altitude approach I was hoping
Turn
for,
around his high
but
G turn now.
and I'm way fast, so I'm going to be a little far from the airport.
Brant is flying the McDonnell Douglas Boeing C17 Globemaster. It's sporting four Pratt & Whitney F-117 turbofans capable of 40,440 pounds of thrust each. Aircraft was introduced in 1991 and 223 were produced, with 157 still on active duty.
Down we go. And we won't be too bad, actually.
Each one of those big aircraft cost about $202 million, which seems
pretty
cheap
good
at
angle.
twice the price.
Airspeed is not too bad for what
Looks
we're
like
going to do
Brant's
next.
lining up for his first parade pass.
And here we go.
This aircraft was originally designed to replace the Lockheed C-141 Starlifter.
All right, guys, we're going to attempt to wing over here. Let's get climbing. Let's get stable. We've got good airspeed. Here we go.
Now we're expecting to see
Can't
a
quite
wing
get
overturn, which
like an extra
is amazing
300,
how agile this aircraft is.
but we'll be
It's a
pretty
big-
close.
Looks to be like a big lumbering hunk of metal in the sky.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Airspeed's a little low. We're below stall speed right now, so we're going to kind of have to let it catch up. We'll see how close we are to the runway. There we go. Hopefully we're someplace near where we're supposed to be. Yeah, not bad at all. Okay, this next one is just simply a high G turn. We're going to just bank hard left and try to bring it back around at the middle of the airport.
Brant's lining back up for his next parade pass. If you didn't think to take pictures on the
Betty
last
doesn't like
flyby,
me.
now is a great opportunity.
Okay, I'm going to try to get the airspeed down to about 150 here as we climb out. Hoping to get to 4,000 by the time we're all said and done, but we'll only get about half of that on this pass here. Okay, taking it out a little ways, a little further. Need 2,000 for this initial turn. That ought to be pretty close. Here we go, high G. Let's see if we can
Brant's
keep from...
expected to pull a high G turn.
Got to keep it above 100 here. Try to get it on the knife edge as much as we can. It's a little tricky, as you might have guessed, with the size of the plane, but it actually does pretty well. Okay, there we go. Yeah, right back in the middle of the
Waiting for Brant to come back to the field. I just want to remind everybody that Jet Pilot Cinnamon is giving away Make Mike sweat towels to the first 50 people to stop by table 17. Make Mike sweat towels are also available for $11.43 plus tax.
So knife edge it here, and now we need to climb to 4,000. Up to 4,000, and we're going to try to line up for a tactical approach. I'm looking, there's like a little clover leaf up here that will be our aiming point. Try to get my speed at about 100. I want to be as slow as I can get it here. How we doing? We're close. Looking for the clover leaf.
The C17 Globemaster is used to perform
Oh, we're
strategic
getting a little
airlifts,
slow
troop
here.
transport, airdrops, medical evacuation, and humanitarian aid missions. It's got a maximum payload of 170,900
Okay, we'll get on the
pounds.
download or the downwind. There's
That's
our
enough for
clover leaf.
102 troops, or 10 armored Humvees, 2 tractor trailer trucks, or 1 Abrams tank.
All right, we're going to go flaps 1/2.
Jeffrey,
Normally would have a 3-man crew, but Brant's doing all 3 duties. The pilot, co-pilot, and load
Not
master.
quite at 4,000, but close enough for me.
Chicago ARTCC friend that's covering for us said Chicago ARTCC is also giving away free Starset headsets in Tent 27.
There's the there is the clover leaf that we're going to turn base around. All right, here we go. Let's turn base. Speed looks pretty good. Altitude's not bad. All right, how close are we? We're just about right, you guys. Just about right. Miracle of miracles. Okay, here comes flaps 3 of 4. We're a hair quick. When I start down the hill, I'd like to be right at 100. If possible. Still climbing a little bit here. All right, let's turn final. Tactical.
Takeoff and landing distance of this aircraft is as short as 3,500 feet.
Tactical descent, and we're going to be.
Expecting Brant to demonstrate that.
We're going to try to
For the
stop
tactical arrival.
prior to the crosswind runway
The
here.
C17 is actually rated for descents of up to 20,000 feet per minute during a tactical arrival, which is essentially a high approach.
Okay,
and the aircraft
flaps 4.
essentially points down at like a 40-degree angle, steep approach angle.
Okay, flaps 4, and we're just going to crowd the runway here. We're going to take it all the way in. We're going to go gear down.
Short distance. This aircraft has a service ceiling of 45,000 feet.
Right about there. Okay, cutting the power.
Knots.
Here we go. Tactical approach. Here
And
we
has
go.
served missions all over the globe. Now you can see the gears coming out. You can see him pitching down. His flaps are full. And he's begun his what must feel like straight at the ground descent.
Didn't line up very well with the runway, did I?
He still has a high rate of descent compared to a normal aircraft.
All right, we're down. Reversers, see if we can get stopped by the crosswind here. That's a success. We'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. Now, can I taxi on the
Look at
actual
how short he landed.
on the actual taxiway?
He probably could
Thank
have
you.
landed and held short of the intersecting runway. As it is, he's showing off by taxiing before he got to the intersecting runway.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Wasn't
Tin
the
Can 8, nice show. You're clear out of the box. Welcome back.
cleared out of the box? Tin Can 8. See if I can keep from running over people.
Ben, just hang tight for a second. Jeffrey's
Be right
gonna run
back
an
after a
advertisement.
word from our sponsors.
All right.
The second annual virtual USA
At Tin Can 8,
Flying
we're
Club
clear.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. That was okay. That went all right. That was fun. That was fun. This sucker is. This is a crazy airplane. Yeah, the Delta wing. The Delta simulation guys are doing a really nice job with it.
Downwind Sim binoculars. Experience clear, sharp visuals from unrealistically far distances with Downwind Sim binoculars. Downwind Sim binoculars. Never take off without them.
That's a great ad. Holy cow, it's a great ad.
November 9109 Romeo, you're clear for takeoff. Advise and ready.
Thank you, Iowa Scotsman. Thanks, Michael. Thank you, Sleazy. TFB, thank you. Thank you, guys. It's amazing how stressful that is. And it's
09 Romeo,
it's like
taking the runway,
4
should be ready
passes.
to go in 10 seconds.
November 910 Romeo, you are cleared into the box.
09 Romeo, cleared into the box.
I'll take it. It's always good to be done. That was fun. That was a fun aircraft.
Next pilot to enter the performance box today is
Let's go tear up the grass some more.
Speidel. He's been simming for over 20 years. He started flying on Microsoft Flight Sim 98 in the late 90s. His preferred
See if
sim
we can get back out to where we were
Microsoft
roughly.
Flight Simulator.
We have to clean up the spoilers there. All right, that should work, you guys. That should work.
Ben is on the roll.
We will
folks.
take it. We will take it. Thank you for thanks for hanging out, you guys.
Gears coming up.
Parking brake coming on. I'm just gonna leave it running, and we're gonna get back into Jeffrey's channel here, so that you can enjoy some other folks.
Ben's family had no previous history with aviation. He just fell in love with it at a young age. Lived it just outside. Oh, right into a barrel roll. Well done, Ben. He's going to go in the loop. Well, looks like he's coming around for another pass first. He lives outside of an old farm purchased by retired Northwest Airlines pilot and Minnesota Aviation Hall of Famer Chuck Doyle. He can remember as a 4-year-old wanting to be in Chuck Doyle's aircraft, which was more often than not a turquoise Stearman. To Ben, the sound of summer was a Stearman doing a run-up. Ben's doing a barrel roll. With black smoke. And over time, the county ran a road through Chuck's property and his planes were relocated and the fun ended. Until 2014, when a chance encounter with his family saw the same turquoise Stearman overhead south of the Twin Cities. Turns out Chuck Doyle Sr. passed away, but his son Chuck Jr. had his dad's plane.
Allie, hello,
back in the
welcome. We're tuning into the Jeffrey B channel. We are doing the Virtual USA Flying Club's Air Show 2024. I just got done performing, so I'm just kind of spectating. But thank you so very much for coming in. That's you hear Jeffrey on the background. He's our MC, and yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for the follow. Oh my goodness, Maximus, thank you, and Super Typhoon, welcome. Englewood, welcome.
Nice.
Goblin Zeus, hello. Thank you so very much for coming in, guys. I'm just gonna kind of enjoy, and I hope you do too. This is again the Virtual USA Flying Club.
His kids will grow up and move out of the house so he can afford to start taking private pilot lessons.
This is an aviation club that is
Tonight
focused
he's
on
flying
general
a Beech
aviation
Craft
on the VATSIM
Model
network.
18 with the Matt Yunkin performance paint job. The aircraft features two Pratt & Whitney R985 engines capable of producing 450 horsepower each.
And that is the channel that we're currently watching, by the way.
This aircraft was actually introduced in the
thanks
late 1930s
again for
and
coming
used
in.
heavily during World War II.
I'm here. I'm just watching in the background like everybody else. But thank you guys.
Smoke's coming on. I think we're expecting a Cuban 8 this time. Yep, he's over the loop, he's doing his roll. Back down to a low approach, where he should enter another loop to complete the Cuban 8. Stick back, keep it coming around. So interesting that aircraft has the power to do that. And then he will initiate another roll. It always looks to me like it's about to stall out before it comes on over the top. There's over 9,000 of these aircraft produced. It was used in several different configurations during World War II, including a modification to make it tricycle gear aircraft. Now Ben's lining up to do, hopefully, an 8-point roll. Well done. I've just been handed this note. The Chicago ARTCC is also giving away free StarSet headsets in tent number 27. Free push-to-talk is not included. It's coming back for a high-speed photo pass. Right out over the ramp. Lining up for his second pass. What's he got up for his sleeve for us this one? Looks like the gear's coming down. Now his gear's back out.
Oh, he's just showing off.
Just making several high-angle passes.
Sierra 9 Romeo is complete.
Crowd.
Sierra 9 Romeo, clear the box and overfly the field, run the right downwind for runway 21. Overfly the field, enter right downwind, Sierra 9 Romeo.
Overfly field, enter right downwind, Sierra 9 Romeo.
November 8-1, Hotel Uniform, you're clear for takeoff, advise when ready.
Fine folks at Fly
Clear for takeoff and we're ready to go, 8-1 Hotel Uniform.
Vacation travelers, that they do have scheduled flights during the day.
November 8-1 Hotel Uniform, you are cleared into the box.
And cleared into the box, 8-1 Hotel Uniform.
09 Romeo, just reference the traffic departing, you're clear to land.
Clear to land, 09 Romeo.
Our next performer, taking off from left to right, is David W. Flying the Moonbeam McSween.
Death 1-1 Airboss.
Go ahead for Def.
10 minutes.
Def copies 10.
That'd be the Moonbeam McSwine. I apologize for my stuttering. You can probably tell, David's flying the iconic North American P-51D Mustang. Dave's been simming for almost 40 years. He prefers Microsoft Flight Simulator, though he does fly an X-Plane 12 and DCS. He got interested in aviation by picking up a book about airplanes when he was 4 and has been fascinated ever since. Having built models, Lego contraptions, drawing pictures, and ended up with a degree in aircraft engineering. We're expecting his first pass to be a slow aileron roll.
Folks, I tell you what I think we're going to do at this point in time. Since we're watching it anyway, why don't we go over? You might already be there, but let's go over and let's raid Jeffrey B here. Thank you again so very, very much for coming in. Everybody who came in, the new follows, the raid. It's fantastic to see you. I'll be back.
The 352nd Fighter Group based in Bodney, England.
I'll be back on Tuesday, guys. Can't wait to fly with you again. We'll see you over on Jeffrey's channel. Take care. God bless.
People who is an ace in multiple wars, achieving a title in both World War II with 15.5 kills and in Korea.